The troop of Lucifer's fools. This band of 5, as well as 20 more, were hired by a band of wealthy, well-armed drifters to explore an old, abandoned prince's castle said to be full of untouched wealth. Apparently, no one had gotten the memo that it was untouched because it was quarantined. While the prince was attempting to weather out a bout of the Red Death inside its walls, the contagion found its way in and slaughtered all of the nobles taking shelter during their masquerade. The latent virus was reawakened and a particularly vicious strain tore through the party. The one now known as Harlequin uncovered a secret shrine to the devil within the castle and in his desperation begged Satan to save them. One of the apparently very pious, well-armed drifters attempted to slay him in the satanic chamber, but that drifter was overcome by the others from Harlequin's hometown, those now called Columbine, Clown, Pantaloon, and Pierrot. They barricaded themselves in the shrine and expected to die, delving into debauchery. But despite being coated in infected blood, they all survived, untouched. In their minds, this was a direct blessing from Satan. In reality, they all shared a very rare mutation which made them immune to the ravages of the Red Death, but still able to act as carriers. They are the typhoid Marys of the Red Death. The reason they all share this very rare genetic mutation is that they all, unknown to them, have the same father. Still, the Harlequin believed that he was now the champion of Satan. In his growing delusion, he concocted a theology based on the satanic works of the late prince. His one really enjoyable summer volunteering with a theater company, the smattering of Cathar beliefs that he knew, and the single conversation he had in a bar with a guy who met a Buddhist Mongol once. And of course, to be a new ministry spreading the good word of the Lord Satan. They needed appropriate clothes, and behold, there were the garish and outlandish costumes from the masquerade. Abandoning their Christian names, the original 5 members of the troop of Satan's fools went to preach and spread the Red Death with them, causing both massive carnage and creating quite a lucrative scavenging ring from depopulated towns. They preached salvation from the coming plague, and some desperate peasants heeded the call. So that's a page of background from the Punchline, which is something LOTFP published back in 2018, I think. I do believe this was the last publication of the golden years of LOTFP before everything went to shit. Which means, not that you'll be able to see it properly because of the lighting I'm using, but it is very generously illustrated by the artist known as Journeyman in brilliant, wonderful color. We use Journeyman on a couple other things. I think Obscene Serpent Religion 2 might be the other most notable one. But it's an adventure about plague clowns that are, well, see, I didn't script this, or else I could have said it is about a group of diseased clowns plaguing the countryside, but I guess now it's just plague clowns plaguing the countryside. That's repetition like that is just bad writing. But the adventure takes place in a valley where the satanic clowns have kidnapped a child because they engage in ritual sacrifice to Satan. And they're infected with the plague. So here come the player characters into this situation where there's the plague, there are these strange people out in the countryside, and a child is missing. And the adventure gives descriptions of all the different areas here. There are a cast of characters, tons of NPCs that all have I'll have little fun descriptions. And let me read one of those descriptions to you to give you the flavor of how the NPCs are treated in the adventure here. Alfonso Sanjian. Gossip who feels important when people listen to him. This pudgy, middle-aged man sports a waxed mustache that he desperately wants to be impressive, but is not. He has a comb-over that he legitimately believes is fooling people. He wears both suspenders and a belt, proving his untrustworthy nature to any astute player. This self-important buffoon still knows an opportunity for self-promotion when he sees it. He says he's seen several rough men moving about, armed and leering at the town. He will then try to go onto a tangent about the need to install a sheriff in town. If pressed more about the relation to the missing child, he will evasively answer a different question, specifically about how kids are too coddled these days and don't know to keep away from strangers. He is a time-wasting blowhard who absolutely will not back down from his claims. So all sorts of very colorful characters, a situation that is in some ways ridiculous, but in other ways absolutely very horrific. There is a nice piece of art that's actually all red, so maybe the lighting won't screw it up, but you know, we got a page about the Red Death and its effects mechanically. We have details about the blood ceremony when the clowns actually sacrifice a child, and it's, I don't know, it's a nice little adventure that's a little bit graphic. There's boobs in one picture. A little bit graphic, but not too nasty. If you've seen any horror movie, this should be fine for you. This isn't over the edge or anything. Nice little bit of darkness. It can fill up an afternoon in your game. And yeah, I suggest it, as Zarkov is a creative fellow and has made the locations and all the little details very distinct and memorable. And yeah, that's just a little bit about the Punchline. Oh, where's the button? Professionalism.